Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call the meeting to order. President Thomas, I will not go through the various names in this club. I would just like to recognize President Thomas, fellow Rotarians, and guests. What is Rotary? Rotary is not.
Congratulations on your term.
Thank you very much.
Could we just hear a little bit about your history in the Rotary Club?
No, my history with the club is that I'm 3 years in the Rotary Club, but I've actually been in the Rotary family for about 11 years now. So I joined the Rotary Club of Blantyre, which was in 2014, and in about 2022 is when I joined Rotary Club of Blantyre.
Okay, so could you tell us about your proudest moments as president?
As president, I think one of my proudest moments was probably the handover of our project in Zomba district. It was the Namasalima Health Center. We had done an e-wash project, basically a redo of the whole entire water system. So it cost us about $45,000, and we had partnered with a club called the Rotary Club of E-Wash. It's an e-club, meaning it's a virtual club. Members are all over the world, and so we got together and applied for what's called a global grant, and we managed to carry out that project over a year and a half or so. And so finally handing it over last October was easily my proudest moment as president.
A lot of confetti.
Yeah. Insane.
Okay, so what could you say have been the biggest challenges that you faced being president?
I think I might have underestimated how much time is required when you're president, because essentially everyone wants to meet you, whether it's virtual or in person. So every week I would have maybe 5 or 6 Zoom meetings, and I would also have the weekly meeting on Thursdays. I'd have to prepare for that. So I think the time factor is something that I think I might have underestimated. So I would say my biggest challenge was that, trying to allocate time for Rotary throughout the year.
All the resources in one place.
Exactly, yeah. Trying to pull all that together was quite hectic. Yeah, much more hectic than I thought.
So let's say during your term, what would you say is the area that you wished could have grown and actually did grow?
What I wish to grow was the membership, and it did grow. My target was to get about 8 members in. We got 5, so it was less than the target, but actually the club is a club of 25 people. So getting 5 new people actually represented a 20% growth, so it's actually quite big.
Is it, would you say, what are the prerequisites for a person to get inducted or a person to get into the club?
I think first and foremost, it's the heart to serve. So I think a lot of people maybe miss that, because I think the publicity that we get is probably events like these. So you see people in fancy suits, fancy dresses, you know, and everyone's like, I've got a fancy suit, I can join, but that's not the prerequisite. So the prerequisite is just a heart of service. If you're looking to serve and do things for others, but you don't have the platform or you don't have the capacity, that's where Rotary comes in, because it's a group of like-minded people that can be able to serve together.
So as you're stepping down from presidency, what would you say people will remember you for rather?
I think from the people themselves, I think I would have maybe had other wise ideas about how I should be remembered. But in reality, everyone says I was a present president. A lot of people, as I say, struggle with the time factor. But what I've been told throughout my years is that I'm a present president. So I think I'll be remembered for being the president that was present at all times.
Aside of the big project that you've just handed over, what could you say would be one of your most favorite parts about being a member of the Rotary Club?
I think, especially this year, it's been collaboration. So we're able to work with Central High International High School, and we're able to work with Round Table, which is another charity organization. So those collaborations, I think, are very important for Rotary. It's something that maybe we glaze over a lot of the times, but to be able to have done that this year is actually very powerful, because then what it does, it covers up all your shortfalls, and maybe in personnel or in capacity, by grouping up with others. So I think collaborations has been my highlight, definitely.
Awesome. So as you're handing over the gavel, how do you plan to stay involved in the club now that you've seen the hierarchy and you've been up there with the planning and all those things, the time management and everything. How do you plan on being involved now, either in service of the president or the club alone?
Yeah, I mean, she's put me in her board as someone who just provides support wherever I can, but I think the buzzword for me is going to be experience. I've actually gone through it, so whenever something pops up, I'll be able to show first-hand experience and always offer the advice that comes from actually going through it. So I think for me, the buzzword this year is experience. I'm going to make sure I use that experience to assist with P. Patricia's term.
All right, hello, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so as we begin, I would like to just get to know you and know where your Rotary journey began.
Okay. All right. My name is Patricia Khomani. In Rotary, they call me President-elect Patricia Khomani because I'm the incoming president for the Rotary Club of Blantyre. My Rotary journey started way back, almost 20 years ago. When I was an aunt of my husband. My husband was the president of Rotary of Blantyre in Lilongwe.
So it's passing on.
Yeah, so I got introduced to Rotary through him, and at that time I felt that this is where I want to be. So I formally joined Rotary as a Rotarian in 2017.
Oh.
Yeah, when I was inducted as a Rotarian. Yeah.
Stepping into presidency, how does it feel to become the president of the Rotary?
Well, it feels good to be the president of the Rotary Club of Blantyre. This club was the first club in Malawi, first Rotary club in Malawi. Actually, even today, we're celebrating 70 years of its existence.
70 years?
Yeah,
wow.
70 years of its existence. So I feel there's a lot of responsibility that will come with the position, more especially when we are looking at how we can support the vulnerable members of our community, because our role is to provide service. We give our time because it's a voluntary organization. So we give our time, our networks, our resources to support the most vulnerable in our society.
Upon becoming president, what is your vision for the club?
So my vision for the club for this year, because I'm only going to be the president for this year, 2025 to 2026, I will carry on what the previous president, President Thomas Nyango, started or continued.
Yes.
So I'll carry that on to this year. But for this year, we are focusing more on building healthier communities and restoring our environment, and also sustaining peace. How do we sustain peace? Through creating opportunities for the youth, etc. We know that we still have issues in the health sector on maternal and child health, so we'd like to focus more on maternal and child health for this year. But we also know that there's climate change that is also affecting our communities. So we'd like to be more resilient on climate change. So we'll be providing education, do more of partnering with already existing organizations, and also working with companies through the CSR, is that corporate social responsibility.
Yes.
Yeah, so that we can be the bridge between private companies and also the communities, because then we'll be able to, create a greater impact through that kind of collaboration.
Do you have a specific theme or motto for this tenure that you're going to run?
Yeah, so our theme, as I mentioned earlier, is building healthier communities, restoring the environment, and sustaining peace. That's our theme for this year.
Personally, what milestones are you looking forward to other than just the group work?
Yeah, at least I would like to have at least 2 or 3 global grants. So global grants are funding that we get at global level from Rotary International. So I want to be able to implement some global grants project. We have projects that are minimum of $30,000 that we can access.
Yeah, again, I am Jasper Piri. I hope to see and work with you as you go through this year.
Yeah, thank you very much
Best
for your
of luck.
interview. Thank you.
As I say,
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call the meeting to order. President Thomas, I will not go through the various names in this club. I would just like to recognize President Thomas, fellow Rotarians, and guests. What is Rotary? Rotary is not an NGO. It is not an NGO. Even though sometimes it behaves like one. Rotary is not a political organization. Even though it has got members who would do very well as politicians. Rotary is not a religious organization, even though it has got very committed religious people. What is Rotary? It is an organization of like-minded individuals who give their time, their money, and their resources to do good for the poorest of the poor, for the orphans, for the widows, and the marginalized in our society. They are very keen in sanitation, water, education, and health. So the theme today will be sometimes around there. But today is a triple celebration. We are celebrating 70 years of Rotary in Malawi, founded through Rotary Club of Blantyre. We are also celebrating 2 birthdays today. That of our President-elect, Patricia. I'll talk more about her later. And past President Chris. If you don't mind, because sometimes Rotarians can be like children when they're among the children, can be like elderly people when they're among the elderly people. I'll ask you now, apart from Patricia and Chris, to stand. Let's sing a happy birthday for these people. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. These are the Rotarians. Sometimes they can be like very small children, sometimes they can be like anything else. So happy birthday to Chris, happy birthday to our PE President, Patricia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can we all be upstanding now for the invocation? Invocation will be by Rotarian Tresor.
Let us pray. God, we are thankful for this day that you have given us, for its blessings, its opportunities, its challenges. May we appreciate and use each day that comes to us. We pray for strength and guidance of each day as it comes, for each day's duties, for each day's problems. May we be challenged to give our best always. And may we be assured of your presence with us. Amen.
Amen. While we are standing, I'll ask the President, Thomas, for the royal toast. And unless the President has got a glass, we may not have a royal toast. Otherwise, can somebody give the President a glass, please?
It's been a year of great privilege and abuse from Gus. Only one of those things is ending tonight. For the final toast, to the President and people of Malawi.
The President and people of Malawi.
Thank you.
So, the President said for the final toast. Did you hear that?
Yes.
By the time we have inducted PE, the President could be fined.
Yes.
So we'll keep that fine towards the end.
Yes.
Could we be seated, please? And the Rotarian Dango can come.
Thank you very much, TP Peter. Once again, good evening to all Rotarians and guests, and welcome to the 70th anniversary and induction of our new president. I think first and foremost, off the bat, I can say we all look stunning. I saw PP Doreen outside there, and I thought, who is this presidential lady who has come to visit us here? Wonderful. Everyone here looks like they can go to the Oscars. Chongo Swan the invite. But I'd like to welcome everyone. We've seen some people have come from Lilongwe. I see Staweni there, we worked together some years ago. She built a whole corporate banking session for one of the big banks here. So it's always nice to see people and familiar faces. I would now ask Rotarian Gilbert to come to the podium and give us the four-way test. For our guests, the four-way test is basically the foundation of behavior and code of conduct for a Rotarian, and basically just guides us on how to be better individuals in our societies. Thank you. Rotarian Gilbert, you can take the podium.
Presidents, President Tom, PE Patricia, fellow Rotarians, invited guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening.
Good evening.
As Dango has rightly put it, the four-way test is a moral code which Rotarians worldwide use in their personal or business relationship conduct. It's a simple test because it has 4 questions which, as Rotarians, we should ask ourselves before we say anything, before we do anything, or even think about anything. The first question that we ask ourselves is it the truth? The second one is it fair to all consent? The third question is, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And the last one is, will it be beneficial to all concerned? So if you tick off all these questions, you may proceed with whatever you want to do, say, or think about. But if not, that means that you cannot proceed. So if you see these questions govern us in our daily conduct, and if the four-way test was to be applied consistently, I believe the world would be a better place than it is right now. So, guests, my fellow Rotarians, we are all encouraged to apply the four-way tests in our daily conduct as we do our business. Salute.
Four-way test. Now we're going to move to a visual representation of 70 years of Rotary. So you can imagine in that time span, a lot of projects have been done. A lot of help has been given to our communities in our focused areas where we target. So I'd ask PP Doreen to just take us through that. Thank you.
ladies and gentlemen, I know that PP Nkata did say that we do behave like children. You will bear with us. The term PP also stands for past president. PE stands for president-elect. Soon to be past president is the gentleman that's on my right. Thank you. Please, PP go ahead.
You haven't finished. No, Gus, you haven't finished.
Sorry.
You have said PP, PE,
And PN.
Okay, please, can you finish that?
Yes.
And remind me,
President nominee.
this will be.
Blantyre Club.
Yeah.
Let's be nice.
This was our president last year. She's not here today. She says she's still suffering from trauma. She's still recovering. That was our DG a year ago.
Yes, no abbreviations.
Oh, district governor. When he visited us. I don't know what Chris was doing. I think this day looks like we were playing golf. Most likely fundraising golf. This is one of our recent projects in Zomba where we constructed that water tank platform. This is our versatile president before he came in, when he was learning from our lady president. And then we had a project at Chilimba Primary School. These are some of the images. We do a lot of water projects. And this was Grace, our president, Chris, planting trees. Where is he? He's not here today. Taps. That was an induction for Rotarian taps. Lots of images for Rotarian taps, this induction. Is it just going round and round? It looks like it's going back and it's moved up. Yeah, okay. We can close it and then I'll just, so in addition to the images that we have shared, like I said, the club was inducted in 1955. That's when, chartered rather, in 1955. And we are proud to call ourselves the mother club for Rotary in Malawi. And as a mother club, we are the ones that have given birth to all the Rotary clubs in Malawi, Rotary clubs in Malawi. The Rotary clubs are the clubs for the youth up to age 30. So soon you are going to be joining us. So we have done a lot of projects, as you have seen from the images, but I just thought I should share with you some of the notable, impactful projects that started off as Rotary projects in Rotary Club of Blantyre, but that have gone on to become something much, much bigger. So you may recall we had Finca, remember? Finca.
That was very nice. Now we go to the next session, where we'll ask President Thomas for the awards and the other remarks. I know you're going to say a few more words when you're about to induct P.E. Patricia. But before I call on President Thomas, I'd like to say a few words about Patricia. So Patricia, as you know, she was born today. She comes from a family who are very passionate about helping the needy. So her mother started an orphanage in Mzimba called Towirane. That's how I met her mother before I even knew Patricia. The fact that Patricia is doing what she's doing today seemed to come out from what she learned from her mother. So, Mrs. Ntari, we thank you. Patricia is very good in health matters, data for the health departments. If you recall, the Rotarians here, one time we had somebody who came to talk to us about digitizing, I think it was pregnant women in government hospitals. And there was a huge budget, if you recall. And Patricia, then she was not a Rotary, but she came to attend and said she could have done that job for a fraction of the money. Do you recall that? You don't. Patricia recall that, eh? Yeah. So she's been involved in that area, and her life revolves around children, hospitals, drugs, medical supplies, and all that. But I think I will leave most of that to the Rotarian past president, not past president, President Thomas, to say something about that later. But before I call on Thomas, past President Agnes would be unhappy if I didn't repeat one joke which she likes all the time. So for the sake of Agnes, I will repeat this joke. Somebody died, and he was met by Apostle St. Peter, my namesake. And Apostle Peter said to him, my friend, I will ask you 3 questions. If you answer them correctly, you get into heaven. If you don't, then you might have to think where to send you. So this man said, oh, no problem. What are the questions? He said, okay, first question is, tell me the way 2 days in a week which start with a capital T. A capital T. And this man said, oh, very simple. It's today and tomorrow. So St. Peter said, no, I didn't want really that type of an answer, but anyway, I'll grant you. The next question, you can use a calculator for this because it's got very big numbers. In a year of 365 days, how many seconds are there? And he said, you can use a calculator. This guy said, oh, I don't need a calculator. It's very simple. He said, oh, yes, there are only 12 seconds in a year. He says, what do you mean 12 seconds? January the 2nd, February the 2nd, March the 2nd. And so Peter said, Really, I wasn't looking for that answer, but anyway, I'll grant you. So I'll give the final question. What do we call the first name of God? And this guy says, oh, that's very simple. It's Harold. I said, what do you mean his name is Harold? He said, no, that's what Jesus told us. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Thank you very much, PP. I have a small, I think I'll start with my presentation of just how the year went, some of the things that we got done.
So yes, this past year, it's been an honor to be president of Rotary Club of Blantyre, the oldest club in Malawi. And I just wanted to take you through, not many, just a couple of the highlights of the past year. And our year, we always have themes every year at Rotary. So our theme this past year of 2024-2025 was the magic of Rotary. So I wanted to show you some of the magic that happened in Blantyre Club. And so Blantyre Club, 27 members, we inducted 5 new members this year. We meet every Thursday at lunchtime. Please join us at Blantyre Sports Club, 12:30 to 1:30. Projects, just one that was touched upon, I think, a little bit by PP Doreen as well, I believe. It's a global grant that we had running for a couple of years, not just my year, but we did hand it over in my year as president. And so this was at Namasalima Health Center. It was a WASH project. So we basically had revamped the entire water system. That was, I believe the budget was around $40,000, $46,000. And we carried that out in October last year, the handover. Some of the community service that we got done was we have a running relationship with Darab or Namiwawa Primary School. And every year, or even more times than once a year, we try to engage with them. And so last year, I believe it was October, that's Tourism Month, we got 20 students, 10 boys, 10 girls, and just tried to show them the pathway of getting into hospitality as a career path. So we had a tour of MIT, the hospitality school, and then we took them to Amaryllis to have a tour as well. So that was the end of it, when we handed them all some stationery and some gifts, but they got a back-end view of Amaryllis. So all the laundry side, it was corners of Amaryllis that no one in this room has seen, I can guarantee you that. So we had a great time in October with the students. Collaboration was quite a theme this year, and so we had, not a project, but rather a collaboration is the best term really, with Central High School. They came over and gave us clothes, shoes, including a monetary donation of 500,000 kwacha. And we used that to get some medicine or medical equipment for a mobile clinic that is close to PP Gus's heart. Maybe he'll tell us later more about that. But otherwise, we also had a blood drive with Round Table. Round Table is another service club or organization here in Blantyre as well. So we had a collaboration with them. Going forward, we hope to do a lot more of that. And so at a glance, that was what we did in this year of magic, showing people the magic of Rotary. So that was a glance into 2024, 2025. Thank you. Now, as I said, it was a great honor serving as president of this esteemed club. But along with all the Rotarians that I worked with, all the friendships that grew, all the various connections that were made, I had 4 specific individuals I wanted to honor tonight. Pia and Dango, if you can help me with my little awards there, please. Just 4. So I said it was a pleasure working with everybody, but these 4 made it particularly easy for me. It's not an easy job at all, not to scare you, Patricia, but it takes a lot. So The first person I'd like to honor tonight is what I refer to as my go-to guy of the year. So Rotary has a lot of protocol, has a lot of rules, it's not the word, but just things, things you can't do if you're in Rotary. And those are things you've been doing all your life, most of the times. So there was a guy that I would always call, and then, hey, is this presidential? What I'm about to do here? Is this, what about this jacket? Is it too colorful, He never once laughed at me, actually he did, but anyway, he helped as well. And so, PB Chris, the man who serenades us all on phone calls, it's so weird. Thank you. Second award of appreciation is someone who was not always at the forefront. As a president, you'll find out that you're always at the forefront. You have to present things, you have to hand over things, you have to address things when they go wrong or right. But there's always people in the background who do all the work, and you're the one who goes to hand it over. A very good example is the project I was showing you that we handed over in October. Other people had done all the background work on that over the year, and then as president, you go and hand it over. So my background player of the year goes to President-elect Patricia. She was fantastic this year, pulling all the strings. My third award tonight is to appreciate a Rotarian who was going over and above. In fact, as the year went by, we have boards, by the way. We have a committee that we work with in your year as president. And a lot of people assumed that this guy was in my board because of how much he was doing. The young people would say he was doing too much, But for me, he was my Captain Proactive of the year. And that's none other than PB Gus. Last but certainly not least, every year, as I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation, we inducted 5 Rotarians. And so there's new Rotarians every year, but this particular one basically understood the assignment, as young people would say. She went over and above in terms of accepting the little speech we read to Rotarians as they join. She took it to heart, and she has embodied what a Rotarian is, and she's shown all of us who are the furniture of Rotary Club Blantyre that we need to do better. And that's none other than my rookie of the year, Rotarian Teresa. Thank you very much. Back to you, Sergeant.
I was hoping there was one for the sergeant. Maybe it's going to come towards the end. I know everybody's very keen to have lunch, to have dinner, but we've got one more assignment by the guest of honor. I told him, because they are going to talk before dinner, will allow maybe 1 or 2 burning questions, otherwise not. I will not introduce him, he will introduce himself. Very often we make mistakes. We start adding things or subtracting things. So I'm not going to say who he is. He will introduce himself and also the topic he's going to give us tonight. He had asked for 7 to 8 minutes, and I said yes, we'll add 2 minutes if need be for those burning questions. Our guest of honor, over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Professor Victor Mwapasa. I am a medical doctor by training, but I no longer treat patients because I specialized in epidemiology and public health. Now, epidemiology is not something to do with the skin, but basically it is a study of what causes diseases and how do you design appropriate interventions to fight diseases. So I am one of those who run away from the hospital and work more in the community. So I'm working at the Kamuzu University of Health Sciences as a lecturer, a researcher, and also a policymaker. I must say that I'm greatly honored to be invited as the guest speaker at this glamorous and momentous occasion when the Rotary Club of Blantyre is celebrating 70 years. That's quite a lot. And the achievements registered for the benefit of Malawians. And also the induction of the president-elect. I must say that I would like to thank the past president and all members of this nice club. I must say that when I came, I made a mistake. I looked at who's the boldest, and I greeted him as, good evening, Mr. President. I said, no. He said, no, don't look at the head. This thing is led by young people. So he cautioned me against that. So I'm very impressed that basically this organization is led by young people. I'm told that the theme for this cold, do you know sometimes you have high temperature, but these babies have got low temperature. Why? They haven't been wrapped in age. Or they've got what we call asphyxia, which is like strangulation. When they're being born, the delivery is not done well, so they are strangulated, they lack oxygen, and they die. Again, we knew this when I was a medical student. It's still the same. Now, you may think that these problems are as a result of just weaknesses in the health sector. But the source of these problems emanates from other sectors. The health sector is just the receiving end of problems that come from elsewhere. And which are these sectors? We're talking about education, agriculture, and economic development. If there are problems in those sectors, the impact will be on the health sector, and basically, you not deal with them. The reason I gave up as being a doctor, because I stayed all night treating these conditions, thinking that I'm done with it. But the more that I treated, the more that used to come. And I was saying, what am I doing here? So for you to appreciate the problem, a poor and educated pregnant woman is likely to have an unbalanced diet and not sleep under bed net. So she's going to have malaria, she's going to have anemia. By the time she's delivering, her blood levels are so low that even if she bleeds 1 liter, she's going to die. Thus, solutions to health sector problems are not easy to solve because you have to tackle many sectors. Now the key question is that I'm being very grim here, yeah? And the question is, does the Malawi health sector have the capacity to address these persistent problems? Some will say no, we can't. And the reason is because the World Health Organization, for those who say no, say that you need $86 per person per year to support their health. Minimum. How much do you think Malawi is spending? Malawi is spending $40 per capita per year. And where is that $40 coming from? Half of it is coming from donors. 25% is coming from the Malawi government, your tax. And 25% is coming out of pocket. Right? Now, January has been a terrible year this year because remember 50% is coming from the donors. And the donors are leaving or have already left. And this is led by the policies of the new American administration. So think about that $40 per capita per year is going to become less. So those are the ones that will say, no, we will not solve these problems. But there are those who say, yes, we can solve those problems. And these are the ones who say that despite the challenges that Malawi has had over the past 25 years, Malawi actually has done excellent in the health sector. Between 1990 and now, do you know that the child death rate has decreased by 75%? Better than countries that have got a better GDP than Malawi, better than countries that received more money than Malawi. But we have cut our child mortality by 75%. Now, many reasons would account for that. But I'll tell you that there's one key factor that is unique in Malawi, this sense of sharing. The little that you have, even in our community, we say that, let's share a little bit. See it in the hospitals. People give each other food. You might take it for granted as a Malawian, but go to South Africa, everybody minds his own business. We are unique because we share. Now, who are the people who are sharing? These are, privileged people in our society. But I must say that the privileged people also are feeling the brunt of this economic hardship. What does it mean? It means that that little that the privileged people are given is going to become squeezed. So I must say that Rotary Club will be critical still to alleviate the suffering of Malawians with the little that is given by the generous people. Nevertheless, the Rotary Club can't operate business as usual because the resource envelope is very small. So for the club to be successful, it needs to be aware that not all forms of support are impactful. Actually, some sort of support, they have unintended consequences. And this is, we're talking about they worsen the social inequalities because we have helped people, the social inequalities increase, or it inculcates a culture of handouts, which is disempowering in the long term. For example, you might build a new maternity wing thinking that, it's going to cut down maternal mortality. You may find that the officer in charge has turned this into his luxurious office, or he has turned it into a ward for the elite people in his society. Afumu, Enandiena, you provided that to help poor pregnant women, but basically it's turned for other uses that will not decrease maternal mortality. Thus, going forward, the club has to adopt, I think, effective models of supporting the community. And I've got 5 principles that are important. First of all, do a thorough needs assessment. The communities have got multitude of problems, but you have to deal with the priority problem. And dealing with a priority problem means that you have actually investigated, do a thorough needs assessment. If you don't do, you might be duplicating other people's efforts. You might be dealing with the 10th priority for the little bucks that you've got. Once you have identified the problem, the next thing is to select, out of many, what are the impactful interventions? I'll stick back to maternal mortality. You might think building a maternity wing is the solution, but the answer might be just get a Kabaza ambulance, because it might be that the women are dying because they can't, once they start bleeding, they can't reach a good hospital. It might mean that, okay, you're getting a lot of these high-risk pregnancies because you get teenage pregnancies. So the intervention might be just community engagement. The other thing is that whatever intervention that you're going to do, don't just come from Blantyre and give to people. Co-design with them, co-implement with them, because this builds a sense of ownership. And they will not waste things that they've done with you. The other thing is that with the little money, you have to adopt technology. Look at the guy who was talking about technology, no hair. But that's the solution these days. You mentioned it, MC, that when you use technology, you put in efficiency. I'm not a technologist, but there's somebody here, and even here, who are very good at technology. Sometimes drugs lack in the hospital because they can't manage their stock supplies. What about barcoding? What about these drones that deliver medicine to hard-to-reach areas? I'm not prescribing anything, but think about technological solutions. And lastly, develop a culture of monitoring and evaluation. It's easy to say that we have achieved, we have built this, we have built this, but the real metric for measuring success is how many needy people have we helped. Before, we used to have 80 deaths in this community. Now we have 40 deaths. That's a metric of success. I would like to assure you that your new Rotary President-elect, Patricia Khomani, is an excellent person to lead this Rotary Club. Patricia and I have worked in 2 projects. One of the projects was to try to improve the performance of community health workers involved in polio vaccinations in rural areas. And they were demotivated because they were being paid late, so they would stop vaccinating people. So the idea, can we pay them using digital payment, right? Do they like it? So it was just a digital solution, and basically we did that project together. The second one, I don't think a lot of you know that. Do you know that Blantyre has got the highest HIV prevalence? The worst place for HIV is right here at Blantyre. So Patricia and I, we worked together to build the capacity of Blantyre District Health Office to combat the HIV problem using data. Data is important because it tells you where to focus on, quality improvement in the health facilities, and better engagement with the communities. She tells me that that project we just finished in April. Now, through those projects, I've learned that Patricia is a highly focused person. And when you say that her mother established of Wirane, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. And she's very persistent. She knows it. I'm a professor. But when she assigned me a task, I tell you, it was like, Patricia, Patricia. She is very persistent until you do what you promised to do. So she's an excellent person. I'm confident that despite the economic headwinds and the turbulence in the geopolitics, Patricia is going to be successful. And why? It's because of her professional and academic background. She's got her undergraduate training in social sciences. So she knows how community works, where problems arise, and what to tackle in the community to solve those social problems that cause maternal mortality and child mortality. But her postgraduate training is in development management, health informatics, IT kind of things. And now I hear she's interested in artificial intelligence. Exactly, this is what we need with the few bucks that we have. Now, she will not do that alone. I don't want to over-elevate her. She will need all your skills, because one man or one lady will not be enough, because the problems in the health sector are multisectoral. So she will need each and every of you to support her so that she achieves her goals. I'm a lecturer. I give my lectures 2 hours. But with these few remarks, I would like to congratulate the past president for their achievements and wish Patricia and the Rotary Club all the best. Thank you very much.
We need more people of your caliber to come and talk to us on a lot of different subjects. Because there's a lot happening in this country that we need to understand better. The American president asked the wife, "Can I have some sugar?" And she gave the sugar. The next one said, "Oh, can I have some honey?" And the honey came. So the Korean president listened. Whatever it is, he said, "Oh, so that's how we call names." So he said, "Can I have some pork?" Dinner is served. We'll start with Patricia. Unfortunately, I know you're sitting there with the guest of honor, but because this is the last time we need to honor the president at the moment. So, Mr. President, you'll be the first person to go. Yeah, Patricia, can you come with your table? The whole table, Patricia, please can you just follow? We'll just give the bit of a time.
everyone else that has spoken before me. Our heart is in the. I loved what the guest of honor talked about when he said persistence. She is indeed very persistent. I've been in a couple of committees with her where she's leading us, and it's non-stop. She's on to us, she's on to until things get done. So that's going to be a very, very useful character trait to have as president. And with those very few words, I shall now pass on this mantle to our president-elect.
Fellow Rotarians and guests, Habimus, Patricia, new president of Rotary. So normally we ask Rotarians to come up front and wish her well, starting with the president, with the IPP, and then president of Litme, president of Rotary, and the rest of the Rotarians, please. I saw Rumbisa was dancing here. I can ask the guests to come and wish her well as well. For the guests, please.
Why?
Okay, so I think we've had everybody to wish her well. So before I ask her to say one or two words, in Rotary, the issues of gender and race do not exist. So we would joke sometimes which are sensitive, but they're actually meant to be jokes. So when you see a white person running, we say he is jogging. When you see a colored person running, we know that the bar is about to close. When we see an Indian running, we know there's a sale in ShopRite. When you see a black man running, he's being chased by the police. Now, acceptance speech by President Patricia. Can we all give her a big hand of applause, please?
It's a little bit difficult. Well, it looks like the DJ wants to spice up the event by bringing in a new release. I think he's got something for me. So it's a little bit difficult for me to take on this speech after Prof has spoken to us. You know how eloquent he is, but I'm not gonna compete with him. I'll just say what is in my mind. So first of all, Master of Ceremony, P.N. Dango Mkandawire, Sergeant at Arms, P.P. Peter Nkata, our guest of honor, Professor Victor Mwapasa, past presidents, fellow Rotarians, distinguished guests, members of the media, family and friends. Good evening once again. Yes, I was expecting to hear that strong good evening because our terms are full. So I would like to start with a quote. I think this evening, Mother Teresa is very famous because I also got a quote from Mother Teresa, and I was wondering, did Peter, was he reading my mind? But mine is now to do with something that resonates deeply with me and also with Rotary. Mother Teresa says that not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. And these few words remind us of the essence of our Rotary journey, based on the four-way test. We talk about truth, fairness, goodwill, and service. But above all, we are reminded of love. Love for humanity, love for our community, and the love for the future we are building together. Tonight, I rise with deep humanity and immense gratitude to accept the responsibility of serving as the Rotary Club President of Rotary Club of Blantyre for the year 2025-2026. This is not just a personal milestone, it is also a moment of collective reflection and celebration. We are gathered here not only to mark a change in leadership, but to honor a phenomenal journey. 70 years of Rotary in Blantyre. This is 70 years of transforming lives. 70 years of empowering communities and advancing peace. 70 years on unwavering service and impact, This legacy is not built in one day, and it was not built in one day. It is the product of visionaries, of tireless volunteers, of brave leaders, many of whom are here with us today. These leaders dedicated their time, their wisdom, and their hearts to a cause greater than themselves. To each past president, each Rotarian, and every partner who has been part of this journey, I salute you. I stand here because of you. And I carry this baton with respect for where we come from and with great hope of where we are going. My personal journey with Rotary started many years ago, not officially, but through my husband, Michael, as his aunt. I no longer hear this aunt issue or aunt word in our Rotary Club, but during that time, aunts also had a role to play in Rotary. And I was exposed to this function when I was visiting some of the projects that Rotarians were doing. So I was drawn into the Rotary spirit long before I wore this pin, witnessing firsthand what it means to serve with compassion and to lead with humility. Now, as I step into our 71st year, I'm inspired by the Rotary International theme, Unite for Good. I think I have it here, Unite for Good. And with that, as a guiding light, I'm also proud to launch our local theme for 2025-2026, which was also highlighted by Professor Mwapasa earlier on. I know some people were confused, where did that theme come from? But it was our local theme that I would like to introduce. So this theme is to do with building healthier communities, restoring the environment, and advancing peace. This theme is not just aspirational, it is urgent. Urgent because it speaks to the most pressing needs of our time and to the strength that lies within the club. I think Prof. Mwapasa already mentioned about this in detail, so I'll not go into detail as well. But on health, we will deepen our effort to strengthen healthcare systems, promote mental well-being, and ensure that the most vulnerable in our communities have access to care and dignity, more especially women and children. On environment, we will border in our climate action, from tree planting to cleanup drives, to climate resilience education, and community-led innovations that protect our shared home. On peace, we will champion dialogue, inclusivity, and youth empowerment, because peace is not the absence of conflict. It is the presence of justice, opportunity, and unity. Fellow Rotarians, none of this can happen in isolation. This is our collective mission, and I invite each one of you to bring your energy, to bring your ideas, to bring your leadership, and to bring your passion onto this cause. Let this be a year where committees come to alive, where partnership blossom, and where service become our heartbeat. To our guest of honor, Professor Victor Mwapasa, thank you for being here. Your work in health and academia has inspired a generation and continues to shape our nation. I am personally grateful for your example of excellence and integrity. To our partners in government, business, civil society, and beyond, we are grateful for your trust and collaboration. May this year bring even more deeper cooperation and shared impact. To the immediate past president, IPP Thomas Nyangwa, thank you for your leadership and your steady hand. You leave behind, yeah, we can give him a round. You leave behind a strong roots from which we will grow. And yes, I promise that I'll keep the presidential seat warm and just as comfortable as you have made it. To my family, my husband Michael, my mother Helen, who's traveled all the way from Zuzu, as most of you would know, my sisters Essie and Carla that are seated at the back, and of course my children and my friends. We have Esther that is sitting quietly there, and Ellen, who's traveled all the way from Mozambique. Yeah, thank you for being here. Your love, and of course, Madam Sida right there, my support system. Your love and belief in me are the anchors that keep me steady. President Maziko of the Rotary Club of Limpi and President Kumbo of the Rotary Club of Blantyre, I look forward to a historic year led by women of purpose, not just any women, but we're women of purpose. Together, we will make it a year to remember as we unite for good with strength, compassion, and vision. Rotary has always been a movement of hope. It has always believed that ordinary people can do extraordinary things. And when that happens, when we come together and when we serve with our. So tonight, let us light the torch of this new Rotary year. Let us walk forward boldly. Let us be creative. Let us be courageous. And above all, let us be of service to our communities. To 70 years of Rotary in Blantyre, and to a future filled with purpose, progress, and peace. Thank you. God bless you, and God bless Rotary.
At this point, our president will introduce our new board, our cabinet. And when you hear your name, come up and we'll take it from there. Madam President.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sergeant at Arms. So the good thing about Rotary is that positions are already defined in advance. So the team that is going to work with me this year already knows itself. So may I invite that team to come forward, and I will then officially introduce you to the members and guests. For this year, from July 2025 to June 2026. I know that I'm not gonna go into July like my IPP, but I'll try to make sure that by end of June we should be in a position to have a new committee. So in this committee, we have different functions that will be led by different people, and some of the team members here are mentors from our previous, older senior Rotarians that are going to support the new Rotarians, because some of the roles are fairly new. And I see PP, Doreen, you're still standing. You're still sitting there. You need to come in front so that you can also be recognized. So as you were aware, we have our immediate past president, Thomas Nyangwa. In Rotary, it's a must that the IPP must be part of the committee for the purpose of transitioning knowledge and also information. So he's gonna be part of the team. I hope he's not gonna hide because he was too busy with this year. So sometimes there's possibility of taking a rest, but I'm hoping that he's not gonna do that. And then we have now a president-elect for our next year, who is Dango Mkandawire, Rotary Dango Mkandawire. So we already are going to prepare him for next year, so that when I hand over to him, he already knows what he's supposed to do. Of course, he's been a Rotarian for many years, and I'm very confident that he's going to take the mentor forward. Then we have the club secretary, who is represented by Rotarian Terry Ziwa. As you heard about her before, that she is a new Rotarian, but she's very active, and we thought, okay, why can't we just give her the role of club secretary? Of course, she'll be mentored by our past president, Anna Magola, and unfortunately, she's not here tonight, but we're hoping she was going to be available, but she'll get that mentorship from her, because Anna has held the club for a long time as a club secretary, and her support has been very positive to the club. We have our club treasurer, Rotarian Gilbert Gawa. Is a gentleman in his expensive suit who is in front of us. He's the Rotarian that the club trusts with our finances, and our finances are in good shape because we've never had an audit issue with him, so we maintain him in the team. Then we have our membership chair, Rotarian Rumbi Bere. Rotarian Rumbi is also fairly new, but she's very active, and we're hoping that she's going to bring new members into the club, because this year we're also going to boost on our membership, because it's only through membership that we're able to reach miles and ensure that we serve more to in our communities. If we have less numbers, it becomes difficult, because then we're not able to do things the way we would want them to be done in a Rotary way. Then we have the service project chair, who is past president Chris Chirwa. So past President Chris Chirwa, as you have heard before, is very supportive of the president, and we thought that he could help us with projects so that we have better coordination at community and international level in terms of those services, those projects those projects. Then we have our public image chair. Public image, as you know, in the era of social media, and also in the era where information can quickly flow and go out of hand, we have Rotarian Taweni Lungu, our African queen, as you can see. So she's gonna lead on managing our publicity, branding, and communication efforts. When you see those happy birthday messages that comes from the Rotary Club on Facebook, those come from her, and she's also going to share more in terms of what she will do as we start the year, with support from Rotarian Taps Bandawe, who is in absentia. Then we have the Rotary Foundation. The Rotary Foundation is where we contribute as a Rotary Club towards the foundation. The foundation also provides funds to Rotarians to support on global grants, which are projects that are financed through the Rotary Global Grant, and that position will be taken by Asante Makuta and will be mentored by past President Doreen Chanje, who has also been very supportive in this role in the past. So these are the two that will handle the Rotary Foundation activities and projects. Then we have we have the role of the Sergeant at Arms. The Sergeant at Arms is a very critical role in Rotary. And we have Pipi Gas Banda. You might wonder what is Gas. Gas comes from Augustine, but he prefers to be called Gas, which is, like very easy, and, a name that is easy to relate with, and is very positive in supporting each and every Rotarian in this club. We can't do it without you, PP Gas, and we are believing that your role as Sergeant at Arms will strengthen the club, will continue to strengthen the club. Then we have the fundraising chair that will be responsible to lead efforts to raise funds for the club, and we have past President Grace Austin, who will be leading on that. And lastly, we have a vocational service chair, who's also going to be responsible for stewardship, and that's past Assistant District Governor Agnes Katsonga Piri, who's standing right beside me. So her role will be to promote ethical standards, vocational awareness among members. It's an important role for us because ethics, integrity is what builds us and what makes us Rotarians. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Rotarians, this is the 2025-2026 Rotary Committee, or the board for Rotary Club of Blantyre. Thank you. So, past Assistant District Governor Agnes is going to say something. as the team is going to their seats. Thank you.
Fellow Rotarians, guest of honor and guests, the team that has just gone down answers to the biggest concern that Rotary had when there was centenary celebration in Chicago, the age of Rotary. But you can see now we have achieved, we've got all the .com generation that is here. So those of us are now like mentors. So I think this is a very big achievement for us because it was really, really visible in Chicago to see so many old Rotarians. So that's when they said, no, I think we need to do something about continuity and the age of the club. So, well done.
I was starting to shake my head, but now it's time to raise funds the Rotary way. There were a few people who already have been fined before this starts. Can those people stand, please? If I call their names. Can those people stand, please? So, yeah, so these, they know why they're standing. Fine has started. Can we get 5 pin from each one of you?
You are supposed to describe this. Can you please give me 5,000?
At this point, I'll hand over to, so you should just remember that. Otherwise, you could have a bit of a problem. Because I have not finished yet. I'm still here to close. So you should just remember that.
So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, my name is PP Gus. And every year, the incumbent president does not get fined. Every year. They're immune. Some presidents are humble about it. They're humble about the immunity. Others come and tell you that they're immune, there's nothing you can do to them, and that everything you say means nothing to them. And they do so right up to the last minute. And they think we don't keep a record. The receipts are here. So the moment the president then steps down, the immunity vanishes immediately. And I specifically requested that I be here. So this year, Mama, this is what it's going to be looking like for you. But here's the thing, I need to honor your wife. Gave me specific instructions. Now when your wife says, PP Gus, find that man, hey, there's a problem. There's a problem. Massive. I am guessing you took your immunity home. I am guessing you told my dear sister that, hey, listen, I'm the president here. And there's nothing you can do to me. Well, she was patient and she waited. And so, on her behalf, President Tom, please, pay. Are you ready? Yeah, $50,000. All right. So we're going to kick you off with that. So ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're wondering what we do with the fines then go toward special needs and requirements within the different clubs that we serve. I'll be quick. Sergeant at Arms, temporary. So your wife asked me to fine you, and on our behalf that will be $50,000. You cannot take your immunity at home. And then, President Tom, you called the Sergeant at Arms tonight, just less than an hour ago, staff of Riles. Yeah, that will be 5,000. We need a tax man, 55,000. And who called Rotary Club Judas?
Someone said Judas. I don't know.
And then, President Tom, you came here and you said you had a presentation to show us what you did in the past year. What you forgot to tell everyone was that you brought a laptop with a flat battery. So that's another 5,000. Rotarian Teresa, you always enjoy laughing at people when they're getting fined. and yet we had to wait for you tonight. And so that will be 5,000. But right next to you was our treasurer, and he tried to sneak in and smile and giggle at us as if nothing had happened. 5,000. PB Chris tells me that President immediate former, and you know, it's not only immediate past president, I'm adding the former, so you get it. Immediate former past President Tom. I'm told that while you had also brought a laptop, that that was flat. You also forgot your own password. I tell you, it's a miracle that we've come this far. And then I have to then talk to Rotary Gilbert. I sponsored you, but I was embarrassed to see you just refer to the PN as just dangle. Rude. Dangle. And I was like, my gosh, this is the PN. Now P. So tell me, P, what shall we find it?
5,000.
5,000.
We're God-fearing people, we forgive sins. 5,000.
And the entire time that you addressed everyone, you thanked everyone, and my president from Limby just sat there quietly, not even recognized by you. Hey, Rotarian Gilbert, look up. You look at us in the eye when you're counting money. Look. So, for not recognizing the Limby president, 5,000. PP Grace, you couldn't just come in super late and sit quietly. You went straight into yapping away with PP's Odwayo. That table was quiet and there was less bottles of wine before you came in. You were super late, so that would be 5,000. PP's Odwayo, Rotary and Tawini. PP Grace, please stand up. Please. Now, I have to ask you guys, the entire time that people were giving speeches, you guys were talking. What were you talking about? We're waiting.
How great the speeches were. So inspiring. Yeah.
During the speeches. Before the speeches
We
finished.
were in the moment.
5,000 be in the moment now. Now, Rotary and Asante, you were doing so well, and then halfway through your bottle of wine, you decided to drink. And you made just as much noise. The 5,000. Pipi Nkata, you then chose, well, I respect you, my senior Rotary. And then you said, no, me, I wanted to behave like President Tom here, PP Tom. There was no reason to start war with me. And so that would be 5,000. My friend, PP Chris, my man, got lots of love for you, but you've used me the entire year as your taster. You sit next to me at Rotary and ask me, what does it taste like? And then you grab, what does it taste like? And then you go and get. And you're still doing it tonight. You're still following me around. What does it taste like? Is it nice? No, no, we cannot have that behavior this year. So PP Chris, 5,000. And then I'm standing here, I am happy to be introduced as my president's arm for the year. And PP Grace, PP Zondwayo, Rotary and Taweni, you're all laughing at me. And PE Dango, you're looking, going, what committee are you going to be in? All of you, 5,000. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Rotarians, please pay up your funds. Such a
Yes, so this is a question that I need on the table because I'm intrigued by these messages that are coming at 1 a.m. You know yourselves. What's up? have messages.
That's a happy question.
I have a happy question for our guests. Thank you for highlighting everything that you did in this speech. It was very touching. So I have a happy question.
And I have a happy question for our president. When I was president, we ran a successful family birthday, and she was really involved. And I appreciated the effort, and I'm sure that our presidency will be great. Thank you very much.
I have a close friend. Bibi Gas. Stop looking at me. So Bibi Gas has been walking around the tables with a weapon. Where's the weapon? Where's the weapon? Bring the stick. He's been walking around intimidating all of Rotarians. That's there. Please, sir. No. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
I have a happy question for President Patricia. I have a question for President from Limbi Rotary Club, Mazigo, and our President for Rotary Club. We are women in Rotary. I'm very happy for that. This year we're gonna show them.
By the way, I forgot to mention, you look really good, and I love the watch.
Yeah, fair play. I have a happy question for IPP Tom. For those of us who are branded effective jackets. Now look at this gentleman here.
Wow.
3-piece suit, cologne. Wonderful. Happy question for him. Thank you.
Patricia often told me we're going to Zomba, we're going to that project, and I always encourage her. So yeah, a great job, well done, and wishing you all the best in your life. Happy question for Patricia for assuming the role of the president. I wish you all the best. It's new to me. It's been a while since I attended the Rotary meeting. But in my days, we would mention the happy kwacha. I see you guys, you don't mention it. So my happy kwacha, for the time that I have been absent in all the meetings for President Tom and Patricia, 100,000 kwacha.
To immediate former past President Tom. There's a picture that I don't know if you've seen of our president climbing up a tower. That thing is like 50, 60 meters. President Thomas at the bottom watching the board. So.
I have a happy question for President Patricia. I look forward to working with you this Rotary year. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and honestly, I know we're going to do great things this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the other two women that will be leading their clubs with our president. Please stand up and introduce yourself and the club that you lead, please, ma'am.
My name is Kumbo Chilimira. I'm the president of Rotary Club of Blantyre for the year 2025-2026.
Sorry, I forgot to ask him, who is your mother club?
We have two mother clubs, Rotary Club of Blantyre and Rotary Club of Limbi.
That's correct.
And ma'am, you are?
I am Masigo Galumpiri. I am the president of the Rotary Club of Limbi, 2025-2026.
Any others before I close?
My happy budget is for President Patricia. It's been such a joy to get to know you, and hearing what everyone has had to say about you has really confirmed everything I already thought. So happy budget from me, 10,000.
Well done. Juncture, I guess we go.
At this juncture, at this juncture, before we go to the next activity, we need to introduce our guests. Quite often, that is the third item on our list. But we'll do it now. We need to introduce them, starting with the President's table.
Rotarians and guests, I would like to request all my guests to stand up, including the guest of honor. So, as you can see, these are my guests, and most of them are my immediate family members and also my friends. So, Sergeant at Arms, do you want me to introduce each one of them?
Yes. Correct.
Okay.
By name.
All right. Okay. So I'll start with the guest of honor, Professor Victor Mabas, as you know him.
True.
And then I have my husband there, Mike Khomani, Vice President of Blantyre, 2006. I have my mother, who was introduced earlier, from Zuzu. I have Madam Ellen Jumbe. She's actually the wife of the Consul General for Mozambique, Happy Saga. Maybe some of you know him. Yeah, so she drove all the way from Tete to be with us tonight. And she even brought some of her gifts, the 4 wine bottles, as well as a pair of sugar, because sugar is not a pangolin in Malawi. So we want to auction it. Then I have my daughter, Laila, my firstborn, and then my son, Nathan Khomani. Then I have my niece, Megan Mwachande. She's the daughter of my second-born sister. Nikolai is my nephew, the daughter of my 6th-born sister. In my family, we're 10 girls. So that's the daughter of my 6th-born sister. Then I have this beautiful lady, Staweni Malange. I think most of you know her. She was working in the banking sector. Now she's a consultant based in Lilongwe, doing great work. She's my support system. I can't do things without her. Then I have Elsie. She's my second-born sister, Elsie Montari. Then I have Clara. She's my 5th-born sister, Clara Phillips, and that's her husband, Peter Phillips. They live in Jamaica. She works for National Bank, SBS Bank. My sister is now a consultant. She retired. She was in the health insurance business. Then I have this lovely lady. Her name is Esther Mansi. She's my to-go-to friend. We were together in college. She works for Kuhes with Prof. Mabasa. So we're very good friends. So those are my guests, fellow Rotarians and guests. Thank you for your attention.
I also have guests. We're not in competition here. May my 2 guests please stand up. My daughter and last born Tamandani Banda, and then and this is my lovely wife, Miriam Banda. Thank you. My 3rd guest, this lovely young lady, I call JJ. She is she's a daughter to a fellow Rotarian called PP Chris, but she so happened to come this evening with me. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I forgot to introduce your lovely guest, JJ. Can you please turn down
We work for the bank. We will do fine. No other problem.
Now, we'll be going into the raffle. After we do the raffle, we'll get a final word of speech by vote of thanks by PP Gas. So, I don't know what is in that box there, but I believe each one of you here has got an entry card, and that card has got a number, and that number is what we're going to draw against here. And that's where the raffle prices are coming from. What about you guys?
I'll ask Rotarian Ruby to help me, please. pick up the numbers. So if you can quickly go to your phones, we will do this as quickly as possible.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would just, as we run our raffle here, I'd like to thank all the companies that have helped with the prizes tonight, starting with Rutande. I see First Capital here, CDH, FDH, MultiChoice, and all our staff from Mozambique. So thank you very much. Otherwise, please.
So the first two winners are ticket numbers 047 and 041.
Next, we have 5 available prizes.
Our first winner is ticket number 012.
012.
The next ticket is 009. And then the next ticket winner is 049.
We're good at anything there.
Yeah. Ticket number 007.
007?
The next winner is ticket number 038.
Zero 031.
016.
Yay!
Ticket number 028.
028?
Wow! 003.
Hey! No!
Next winning ticket is ticket number 037.
You do it. How possible?
Next winning ticket is ticket number 039.
Yay! That's not
Next winning ticket is ticket number 032. Is ticket number 036. Next ticket is 008. Next winning ticket is ticket number 046.
Next, we have a bottle of the Mozambican wine.
And that's going to ticket number 010.
010?
Yes. 01, yeah, ticket number 10.
Next winning ticket is ticket number 050.
Thank you very much.
The next winning ticket is ticket number 004. Ticket is ticket number 040. Next winning ticket is ticket number 048. Next winning ticket is ticket number 001.
Wow.
Next winning ticket is ticket number 027.
Oh, awesome.
What is the ticket number? What's the ticket
027.
027.
The last thing that we're giving away tonight is the sugar. As you're all aware, sugar has become a rare commodity. But if you do win the sugar, you have to carry it. If you can't, it remains behind. So how I carry it, you carry it. What's the ticket number?
Ticket number 006.
Sugar 006.
President Patricia, you can come, and there's a small gift for our guest of honor. After the sugar, indeed. For our guest of honor, please. So you see that there is one item remaining, but I've been told that this will be after the vote of thanks and a final toast, because there is a delicious cake here for 70 years of Rotary in Malawi, Rotary Club of Blantyre and Rotary Clubs in Malawi. The 70 years of Rotary is a big cake which each one of you should participate. But I'll ask Gus to come up for a vote of thanks.
Thank you, Mr. Ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for having been present with us. We are Rotary Club of Blantyre. Allow me first and foremost, whatever belongs to our president belongs to the club. So, to our husband, you know, hey, Habibi. Normally, we're sometimes accused as men of not being supportive. And Mike, thank you for making and participating in this event. You've got a very special lady here. We're very, very proud of her, and we know we're going to have an incredible year. Not only are we proud of her, she earns and deserves our respect very, very easily. To our mom, please, hands of applause for our husband. To our mother, you said you would come, you made it. Yeah. And These are once-in-a-lifetime occasions, and I know that it will mean so much to our president, and it means so much to all of us. Thank you for being here with us. To the presidents of Rotary Blantyre and Rotary Club of Limbe, we thank you for being with us this evening. Thank you. May I kindly ask Rotary Club of Blantyre members to please stand up. It's been a tough year financially, with all the things that the country is going through, and we have to meet every Thursday, and for that we don't meet for free. You have to pay for those meals, and some of you then sit and ask, what does that taste like? Tell me. But nonetheless, we made it through this year, and I am most grateful to all of you for your resilience, your sense of family, and we have another year, another president to support. We cannot stop here. This is when our country needs us most. Let us be exemplary by our nature. May I ask all the Rotarians to sit down except for PP Nkata, PP Doreen, and PP Agnes. We celebrate 70 years, and I'm a very, very proud Rotarian, and I'm sure my colleagues are too. I'm positive of that. But we wouldn't be here without your hard work and dedication, my senior Rotarians. We're so grateful to you. If some of us dream and cast our dreams far, it is because we watch you. And we're most grateful for your guidance in private and as a club. We thank you so, so much. And it's happy anniversary to you as well. To our guests, I hope you've enjoyed yourselves. I'm glad it was like this, because I think that my president deserves that it was cozy, it was filled with friends and family, and we all laughed, especially that table over there. Thank you so much for making the time to be with us, bearing with us as we made so much noise. This is part and parcel of what Rotary is about. And so thank you so much for being with us this evening and spending time with us. Thank you. Doc, you know, Rotary, we have all these PPs, PEs. We're also trying to be doctors and professors. So we just didn't make it that far. So we just said, hey, we'll give ourselves. But I'm so, you know, you're my senior, but I'm so proud of you, Victor. And just the work that you do, the way you carry yourself. And thank you for being with us this evening and just extrapolating on issues that we wouldn't otherwise understand and simplifying it. And we look forward to hopefully doing some work with you in the coming year. Thank you for being present this evening. Last but not least, you heard about President Tom. President Tom's been a horror for the club and for me specifically. But when President Tom was PE, all he did was wear these ugly vests. What do we call them? Reflector jackets. And then he became president, and suddenly he went and he bought a brown jacket, a pink jacket, a blue jacket, a green jacket. And he changed them every week. I mean, the man was shining for the club. We're so grateful. But we also wanted to say thank you, my man. As you go back to real life, joke and laugh and sometimes boast that, 2021 leading the club during COVID was a difficult year. This has been difficult. And my friend, you've done it without complaining. I did not hear you complain once. And you pitched up when you had to. Thank you for being such a sport. We've been ripping you apart throughout your presidency. You took it with your chin out and up. And thank you for serving your club. I hope that it has enriched you as it has all past presidents. You're a good man. And I hope that you'll enjoy that jacket. It looks so good in you. Thank you.
Okay, so this marks the end of our induction dinner tonight. For some unknown reasons, the people who organized this in the committee, they actually left the cake cutting and enjoying of that 70-year-old cake at the outside the Rotary event. I don't know why they did that, but that's what they've done. And I believe that after we've closed our meeting, those of you want to have a bit of a shake of the head and the hands and everything else, you can do that for a few minutes. But there is a cake. I would invite you, even if you don't eat sweet things, just to go and see how it looks like, because it is a 70-year anniversary of Rotary in Malawi, and it's a huge cake. Each one of you should get a piece of that cake. But can we all be upstanding? All of us, can we all be upstanding? All of us? For a final toast from President Patricia.
Fellow Rotarians and guests, joined with Rotary Club, bring you Rotary throughout the world.
Rotary throughout the world.
Okay, so group, they have their cards here. Jasper Kiri will probably is the guy who will be giving you some cards. You can actually scan the cards, go to their website, and download whatever material is there. I suppose it is free, I'm not sure, but you can get a card that's got a QR code at the back. So Jasper, you can give her the cards. Anybody who wants the card, if you can raise their hand, please. There is a QR code on the cards.